against, okay? Sounds mad me saying that, but for instance, if you look at like the load of where the barbell is, it's going down the spine. So if you had a heavy issues, you're someone that's like loose no matter what, play around the stance, not the way I would much rather you go the leg press, belt squat, leg extension, box step ups. You don't have to back squats to get gain. So if you do feel like, especially your previous injuries, that's just not going to be a lift that ever agrees with me. Fine, let's not sweat it.
No, just really long.
So what you're going to do is, so the second that your hands go on the bar, you want to try to create as much body tension as possible. So you want to kind of treat it like a lat pull down. So rather than just getting under the bar and kind of letting the bar rest on you, everything needs to be quite meaningful. He's been squatting for ages, so he kind of knows where to go, but you're looking for, when he squeezes his shoulder blades together, he's already creating, so when he squeezes your shoulder blades together, you're already creating like a bit of cushion on your back. So the important thing is that when we squeeze our shoulder blades, we're creating a bit of a shell. So we're just going to step out and unwrap that. That's talking through it.
So next thing probably worth covering, guys, is I get asked this all the time, loose my feet right on my squat. Now again, it's going to be obviously feet shoulder width apart also. You can manipulate this a little bit to just suit your hips. So for example, I like a wider squat just because it agrees with my hips a little bit better. Too narrow, I kind of feel like I'm leaning forward a little bit and I feel like my range is really restricted. So obviously it was feet shoulder width apart. Ideally, we want to avoid Elvis Presley knees if we can at the bottom, because we don't want to put loads of tension going on. Obviously, knees at the bottom part of the movement. So you might have a bit of a play around with this, guys, when you do a few reps. Keep your base a bit wider, toes pointed outwards. You're going to sit back forwards. Now on this, I like to coach where your chin's tucked in a little bit and look forward. So ideally, we want to avoid that going on, which does happen a lot, believe it or not.
Long way down that was.
And another thing to kind of cover again, this is similar to the point, you can just keep going if you want, pal, for a few.
Oh, well, yeah, you're on a train.
So as you can see, depth always comes up. Now some coaches in the industry are like ass to grass coaches. Personally, again, every PT you work with will be different. I'm a coach that would recommend for you guys to train in your range of movements. So if I'd be looking for like a bit of a 90-degree angle in those knees, coming back up to the top. I don't know if you have any pointers on that. Do you agree with that or not?
Yeah, no, it is really like real individual. Some tend to be like ankle problems, knees, lower back. So for me, going back to what you were saying before, if I go super narrow on my squat, watch my hips start to suck under, to get that kind of butt wink kind of thing where the hips suck under. So body weight, it's fine. If I've got load on my back, that's going to be kind of force going through the bottom of my back. So I tend to go a little bit wider. I can keep my chest up. My hips don't tuck under as much. But there's loads of other things as well, so like calves, ankles, but we can go and we'll probably solve those as we see them rather than...
Definitely. Like, that felt like that. Why? And then the moment you'd be like, I'm bending at the lower back, or actually my knees are buckling in, or the weight's just too heavy. I need to drop the back a little bit. Do you want to go for a few reps?
I'm wondering if I do that a bit higher, or do you think
do you want to go next squat?
Yeah. Or no. Maybe I would not put a bit there.
So you just, I think what he said was pretty golden at the start about the intention on that barbell before you actually go in. Again, and if it's not in that right place, it will just feel like awful, especially being too high as well. Feeling good, Fanny?
Maybe lower.
Do you want to put it up higher?
I don't know.
I think you should be okay on that one. Like I said, I'd rather it be on the verge, being about a little bit slower. Now just watch your hoodie get in the way on that.
Pardon?
Just watch your hoodie get in the way, but it looks alright to me.
It's alright.
Yeah.
Might be like that.
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit more fluid if you can, so just pretend to watch, it's totally not watching right now.
Heavier. It's going to be a little bit of pressure on that lower back.
No, yeah, we go. I'm alright then. I've not done these for ages.
You're Can't blame me on Saturday if you can't get out of bed.
No, I am.
I can't remember what to do.
But I'm not doing that program anymore.
Oh, right.
So you want to start the wider grip.
Anyone want to go for a few reps from those guys?
Have you had a bad experience on a deadlift set?
Another key coaching point.
I mean, no, not really. It's just I
What's
tend
in the
to
bad video?
keep the weight off my back.
When
Really.
it's here and female.
I know if you're doing it right, the
If
forms
you
right,
have your
obviously,
own
there's
period,
not going to be any pressure, but I'm just
now you can really see what this like joiner. You're going to push your hips backwards into the wall behind. Barbell's sitting close to your body, just bending the knees. But go for like 8 for me, mate, if you can. Now if you guys can't see, but from this angle, there's a lovely hinge going on here, okay? I will demo what I don't want you to do, show me. So
That hand grip one should be like just your preference of how you like hold the bar.
I like to hold it like this because the grip.
Think of this as like a bit of a window.
Yeah. And then never use
Right, okay.
Yeah, don't do like that.
Feeling different? Not massively.
Not massively, no.
Brilliant.
That's fine, that.
Right.
I think a weight management would be like
Not like
temptation,
loaded.
because if you say you're good at bench and you think, oh, I can just load on that on everything, and sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
Because I think you're like when you build legs in proportion to your chest. And I know when I'm training with him, we go, yeah.
like a bit of one of those. Right, yeah. So, and now we're going to talk you through if your deadlifts currently are looking a little bit like this, or basically too much of a round, okay? We don't want to be driving it up through our spine that much. So my key coaching points if you're struggling is to get your start position on your deadlifts, go into your little punch back again. So first and foremost, bend at the knees, push hips back, roll the barbell closer to body. Now I want you to think about if you had a badge on the front of your chest, you're trying to show the badge to Courtney, you're going to push the shoulders back, lock them back, and then keep the badge on the front of the chest, directly showing to Courtney in front. So as you can see, when we pronate shoulders on a lot of our lifts, guys, we just want to lose posture, we lose grace, we kind of want to round a little bit. Anything we do in the gym, we want to think about posture. So chest up, shoulders back, and that's how we fix that position. I don't think I did, to be honest with you.
It's not mandatory that you need to use one, and I definitely wouldn't use the belt thinking it's going to help you deadlift, like you're going to help you pick the bar up, because then you start using your back to pull the bar then.
Yeah.
It's more to do with if you're going anything more than like 90% of what your max is, whatever that might be. That's probably a rule. But it is individual. Some people put a belt on and hate it.
Yeah. Has anyone got any questions on deadlifts, guys? Or does anyone want to show a few reps? I've seen a million yours. No? Like I said, if you do, as the session goes on, you think, oh, I forgot to ask that a little bit, don't be afraid. But definitely key coaching points of this one, or what I didn't demo, is a squat on a deadlift. I will demo it, it won't hurt myself, but anyway. So typically when clients either do this too fast or they maybe haven't been coached that start position right, they kind of squat too much on a deadlift and you will feel it in your back. So for example, I'll do it right. So arms nice long, hips going backwards, bending the knee. Now what happens is, because they're like, get ready, they go here, knees comes over the barbell. Now can you see how I've basically squatted that up, and then also when they don't push hips backwards on the way down. Now the issue is this rep on the way back up. Can you see how I've just lost the difference on, as opposed to hips going back and coming back up to the top. I wouldn't have to touch gym leggings, but it's got to stay nice and close, so avoiding falling, because that rep on the way up is where you're like, I deadlift when really you've changed it into a little bit of a squat. So they're kind of key things that I might have seen in the past, which I recommend avoid doing. And plus, don't ever feel like you're doing anything wrong if you need to strip weight to focus on that technique a little bit. There's been so many times where I've sent videos to my coach, I've been training since 2017, he's been like, drop weight on that 15 key and go slower. And my technique's been a lot better, and my connection with muscle groups sometimes is better at light work. But you'll go through cycles with your training. You kind of like want to get strong, want to chase numbers. Then you like my muscle connection. I need to drop a little bit for it to feel better and to hit muscle group. That's my journey anyway with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you only take away one thing from anything, is like if you don't feel right, drop the weight a little bit. So it does feel right, and just practice that.
Yeah. And plus you actually want to hit muscle group. You don't just want it to feel heavy, do you? That's the thing as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've said that to a few of my clients in the gym. Did that feel good? Did you feel it? Or was it just heavy? Getting you to think a little bit more like that as well, because you want to be targeting muscle group as well as working it as well. So that's what I kind of think. Should we hit bench?
Yeah, because everyone knows what a pull.
Yeah!
Might as well, you
Come on! Barbell's that one!
I don't want to encourage people to put, if I don't know where their program's up to or anything like that, so let me know if they're...
I know your start position is what we've been working on a little bit, so it'll be interesting to see how you found the nice workshop and then put it in there. And those knees a little bit more. Head up. Solid.
Was that far?
Stand it up fully, nice and proud up at the top.
Catching Boss's arse. Yeah.
Good. Keep your arms nice and long for me.
What?
You can bend your knees a little bit more if you want to go all the way down. Couple more, I'll speak less now.
Bless you.
How did that feel, Hub?
Okay.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah, another really
I
good...
think the thing with digging your heels into the floor makes a difference, doesn't it? Like, to put tension through your legs a bit
Yeah.
more. But, you know, no, do you know what you're pressing in more through?
No, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
If you create so much tension, it's going to be really hard for them to push you over.
Yeah.
So someone could just kind of like, then we're not creating quite a lot of tension. But if you can get to the point where you're a bit like a tree root and you kind of rooted into the floor, it's a good sign that.
Yeah.
Going back to what you said before, like keeping the bars, I heard this in, I can't remember who I pinched it off, but I just thought it was really good. But if you treat the barbell like a paint roller, every time when you lift it, like paint your legs.
Yeah, and especially on the shins on this one. As soon as it rolls off the shin, guys, it's going to come away from your body. So look, when Andy goes to knees, can you see how the barbell says close to shins? You remember when I demoed the squat? It's people let barbell roll too much off knees, then it forces them into a squat, the heels are lifted, and I stand it back up. So you can see on the way down, when the hips go back, yes, when barbell's at knee, keep it close to those shins, and your line of the movement with the barbell travels, just get that a little bit cleaner as well. When barbell rolls off, you do it as fast as you can, that's when you want to go into that squat, and then stand it back up to the top. Really nice reps there, Hunt. Big improvements when you start position on that compared to when I see your form check videos as well. So well done. We will set up the bench now and, you know, again, I don't under it either. I know this sounds like really simple coaching advice, but set your barbell up to kind of what you think you should unrack at. Get your bench under nice, not like that.
One
Get your
gram.
bench under nice and gentle. And then I
Put some more weight. Right, come on then, pressure's on. Done video weight.
Kilo for kilo, right?
Pressure's on.
Going to show you a couple of ways to get into this tonight, so if you see me training, I get in a different way when I'm going heavy. I feel like it's psychological, it just has to get attention. So believe it or not, as a, you know, it might not be the most flattering thing to do, but get your best wide and plant into the floor. None of this on the bench. Now if you are a small person and you cannot reach the floor, you need to be close to the floor based on that. So I recommend 10 feet.
Nice.
So this is why
Alright.
you are
Yeah, not bad that.
bench press.
Just trying to keep up with him. I won't be able to.
So if you really want to overtake that, what I recommend you do is do it back and
Now
then.
again,
I'm not
I
getting
don't
to
coach
it.
powerlifting.
But just saying, me and Liz were talking about the same about creating tension.
Crazy, crazy big arches. So how I train in coaches, I like to get full stretches and range of movements. If you was doing powerlifting, it's more so about short range of movements as heavy as you can. To me, shoulder blades into that bench, base nice and wide in contact with the floor is more than enough, okay? So you might see some people who are hypermobile, getting right up there. I can't give you more than that. You don't particularly need to be doing so. Hands either side, make sure it's nice and equal. Unwrapping forwards, probably on the verge of being a bit high for me, that, but it is what it is. Now, as Amber, that you did very well on your squats. Set for a second, not as long as this. Aim for the bottom part of sports bra and driving it up at the top. Now, you want to keep knuckles on top on that, guys, and think about your lines of movement. So, previously, when my wrist wasn't very strong, I had too much movement going back, and you don't want to get wrist pain, so knuckles on top and drive it straight up. And now I'm going to show you another way to get under that barbell that'll help get tension for your glutes. So I'd recommend this if you're going for like a 1 to 3 rep range when you really need to squeeze your glutes to kind of get into it. So you don't have to do it like this. If you don't feel comfortable doing it like this, it's up to you. Get your hands in contact with that barbell first and foremost. Keep them where it is. Now what you're going to do is you're going to walk your feet forwards. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Get your base wide. Now, when your feet are planted, don't move them. So I've got, can anyone see me squeezing my booty now a little bit? It's only a small booty, but I'm squeezing it. If I did this now, there's no point of me getting in that way, I've lost it all. So pretend I kind of keep planted. It's just a nice way. You see how much I'm squeezing from my lower body now. So when you're going for like those top numbers, guys, use your legs and drive it up at the top.
Are you pushing into the floor with your legs or not?
So I'm pushing my feet into the floor, squeezing kind of my heels together. Can you see my glutes contracted a little bit there?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm doing a little bit of a leg workout. That's how tight I would recommend you be on that, especially if you are chasing like a 1 to 3, 3 to 5, 6 to 8 rep range and pushing numbers. You need to use the bottom half of your body as well. Has anyone got any questions about bench press or anything that they've struggled to get their head around with it? Anyone want to go for a few reps?
I'm not going to bench in ages.
Let's see what it looks like, can't it? Get that base nice and wide. Yeah, looks solid. Look at a start position there, guys. Absolutely awesome. Shoulder blades in. Base is nice and wide. I know as a female, if anyone's seen my story today, I am quite wide in my base. I actually don't care what anyone thinks of me in the gym. So for me, it allows me to keep nice and tight. And if I'm going heavy, I can use my glutes and my hands and that. Hey, they look solid. Yeah, really, really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what I always think of. I'm going to have my head hanging off the end of everything.
So base nice and wide, squeeze those heels into that floor. Use a bit of a reset when we unwrap that barbell. Bottom part of sports bra. Good job. Use a reset. So really good, you continue and I'll just talk through it. So let's say one of your reps comes up a little bit skew with and you decide, follow that gap here. Use that reset at the top to level that barbell and go into that next rep. The more control, the more time you take, the heavier you'll be able to lift, but the better your quality of your session will get. If you kind of jump in, it's all over the gap. You're kind of getting those results what you want. Slow everything the hell down, just take time with it. Yeah. For me, as well, when you are challenging, here's a really good coaching point. I haven't mentioned this yet. Yeah, you guys are going to need to lie down. I can do fast after this. If I left today, so let's say, oh God, Rocky emergency at the house, and you think if Luke goes or Andy goes, they have to go home, and you cannot lift barbell without me being here or a spot, the weight's too heavy. So do always have that in terms of consideration, okay? Yes, I want you guys challenging yourself, getting numbers out, but if for whatever reason you spot your training partner has to go and you're like, I really don't feel comfortable training my own this morning, Luke, gym is quiet, it's not a safe place to go for.
I think it is the scariest list.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It is on the spot, like, obviously you don't lift too heavy, you just drop. Your back squat first comes the worst, you step in, you wrap fine. Never want anyone to drop it back there, but you can get rid of it. But yeah, if you feel like if the gym was empty, no other PTs in, you do not feel comfortable on the weight you put on that barbell, for me that weight's too heavy. Okay. Again, it's erring on that side of caution. I want you guys lifting. I want you to feel good and be alive the next week. Not kind of saying to me, Luce, I've risked my life for one more key in your deadlift, okay?
Yeah.